I told him we should stay nothing more than friends. He didn't question it. He didn't plead. He simply vanished, gone from my world before I had even stepped through my front door. It was like something out of a film. The ordinary split apart in a single instant. One moment we were speaking softly, honestly, revealing little pieces of ourselves, and the next I was erased from his life. If you've ever tried to break something gently, only to watch it shatter anyway, you know exactly what that moment felt like. We weren't lovers, but we were far more than acquaintances. We lived in that fragile space between closeness and restraint, where nothing was labeled, but everything carried meaning. Our nights often bled into mornings, filled with conversations that sounded like confessions. Random messages arrived for no reason other than the thought of each other. Playlists were exchanged. Private jokes grew that no one else could understand. Weekends blurred together from casual check-ins to him staying over without needing an excuse. No promises, no definitions, just ease like a song I hadn't fully learned but could hum perfectly along with. And that's where the danger began. I was still tender from a past heartbreak, my chest still stitching itself back together. When he appeared, it wasn't with fireworks or big declarations, it was with quiet steadiness. And for a while, that was enough. Until it wasn't. Because I realized he cared for me in a way I wasn't ready to return. He never said the words, but I could feel them in the way his eyes lingered when I rambled about unimportant things, in the way he remembered details I'd only mentioned once, in how safe I felt being messy and unguarded around him. That kind of acceptance terrified me. He wanted more than I could give, and fear pushed me to retreat. So I fell back on the oldest defense. I think we should just be friends. It wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't cruelly intended. The words just spilled out as we sat in his car outside my building. Him handing me the snack I'd casually mentioned craving days earlier. A simple act of thoughtfulness that caught me off guard. I tried to soften it, but he didn't fight, didn't plead. He just nodded, quietly, and let me go. That night, I stood at my doorway, fumbling with my keys, the chill in the air sinking into my bones. Part of me wanted to run back and confess, wait, I'm just scared. I don't want to lose this. But I didn't. I walked inside, collapsed on the couch, and checked my phone. Blocked on Instagram. Removed from WhatsApp. Unfollowed on Twitter. My messages wouldn't send. It was as though I'd been erased, cut clean out of his life. First came the sting, sharp and immediate. Then panic. Then the dull, heavy ache that settled in my chest, a mix of guilt and loss. I thought there would be a slow fading, a gradual distance. Instead, he left no room for lingering. For days I told myself I'd made the right choice. He deserved someone whole, someone ready. I wasn't either. I couldn't force what I didn't have to give. But the more I repeated that story, the hollower it rang. Because the truth wasn't that I doubted him. It was that I doubted myself. He was steady, patient, genuine. And I had never known a love like that. One that asked for nothing in return. One that didn't demand I shape myself to fit someone else's ideal. He wanted me as I was. And I couldn't believe I was enough. So I hid behind the shield of friendship. And he answered with silence. Not anger, not arguments, just absence. Vast, unyielding absence. Since then, I've written countless drafts of messages. Each one begins with hey and ends in deletion. What could I possibly say? I'm sorry I was afraid. I'm sorry I pretended friendship was enough. I'm sorry I didn't trust that your love could hold me without breaking me. But I never hit send. Maybe he deserves someone braver. Someone who wouldn't destroy something real by stepping away at the wrong time. The truth is I miss him. Not the idea of him, not a polished memory, but him. The way his presence quieted the noise of the world. The way he listened like every word mattered. The way he saw me as whole even when I felt fractured. I don't know if he ever thinks of me. I don't know if he'll ever read these words. But if he does, I want him to know this. I didn't choose just friends because I didn't care. I chose it because I cared too deeply, and that terrified me. If you've ever walked away before opening your heart fully, if you've hidden behind safe words to dodge the chaos of real emotion, if you felt the sting of being cut off and believed you deserved it, then know this. I understand. We all stumble in love. The real question is what we choose to do with the silence that follows.